A very warm good morning, everyone watching this session. Yes, once again, we are back with the session of cell cycle and cell division, the very first lecture. On today, we are going to do this topic cell cycle. Yes, good morning, Bhumi, Abhijit, Sheikh Sonali, everyone. A very warm good morning. Yes, so moving on with today's session, reminding you that right at the end of today's lecture, you will be having a mini quiz on the chapter on the lecture that we have completed today. The topic is cell cycle. So do wait for that and stay till the class ends. Okay, stay everyone till the class ends. Now reminding you to join the Telegram group where you have daily schedule, session updates, uh, quizzes in the form of polls, Telegram quizzes where you can interact with me. All those things are exclusively available in our Telegram group. And the direct link to join the Telegram group is given there in the description box, and that is t.me/neat underscore biopoint. This is the schedule of the day. Right at 7 a.m., you had the rank booster for the NEET 2021, and now you're watching Cell Cycle and Cell Division lecture number 1 plus Menti Quest. 2:15 p.m. you will be having the very first lecture of the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants with Menti Quiz, and at 8 p.m. you will be having the Telegram quiz on the chapter Cell the Unit of Life. Yes, everyone. So without wasting much time, let's move on with today's lecture. Joe, hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe. By point, stream the world of bio. Yes, with the full Josh, let's start today's session. Hope you all are ready. Give me thumbs up on the screen. Come on. Come on, come on. Yes, good morning, Talvin, Abhijit, Bhumi. A very warm good morning and welcome to this session. So let's start today's session on the topic cell. The topic of the day is cell cycle. So let's do it. So before starting or before moving on to this, we have to learn about these two terms, that is somatic cells and germ cells. What do you mean by this somatic cells and germ cells? We can say that the cell is of two types, that is somatic cell and germ cell. Somatic cell and germ cell are the two types of cell. Then what is this somatic cell? Somatic cell refers to the normal body cells. Somatic cell refers to the normal body cells or ordinary body cells that are found all over the body. It's okay, Suja. You can continue. We have just started only. Just started. This is the first slide of the day. Yes. Normal body cells is what is meant by somatic cells that are found all over the body. Okay. That helps in the multiplication of cells, or that helps in the formation of our body. That helps in body formation. Clear with that? Okay. So then next what we have to say as a part of introduction in case of germ cells is that germ cells are found in the reproductive organs. Germ cells, where are they found? They are found in the reproductive organs, whereas somatic cells are found all over the body. Okay, so what are these reproductive organs? What are these reproductive organs? The reproductive organs are testis and ovary. Testis and ovary. So the germ cells are the reproductive cells, or this what cells found in the reproductive organs, and their function is gamete production. Gamete production. The function of this germ cells is simply gamete production. The next another important point that we have to learn is the ploidy of these cells. Ploidy of these cells. So what do you mean by this ploidy? Ploidy refers to the number of chromosomes present in that cell. Okay, refers to the number of chromosomes present in that cell. So in usual cases, the number of chromosomes present in a cell is 46 chromosomes, right? The normal count of chromosome is, or the chromosome present in a human cell is 46 chromosomes, right? And that 46 may be present singly in a cell as 46 or may be present as 23. Okay, that is the straight half of 43, that is 23. Okay, so just understand that the normal count of, or the normal chromosomal number in a human cell is 46. Yes, everyone? Are you able to follow? If it's fine, give me hearts on the screen. Give me hearts on the screen if it's fine right now. Fast. Okay. So now we are gonna say what is this two types of ploidy. Yes, Bhumi, Abhijit, Calvin. Thank you all. Okay. So this ploidy is of two types. Yes, Sheikh Sonali. Diploid, and the second one is haploid. Oh my god. Okay. Second one is haploid. Okay. So what do you mean by this diploid and haploid? Diploid means it is represented by the letters 2n, and haploid means n. Haploid refers, I mean, haploid is denoted by the letter n. Okay. So what does this 2n at n means? 2n means the total number of chromosomes, that is the 46 chromosomes are present in that cell. If the ploidy of a cell is 2n, what does it imply? It implies that the number of chromosomes found in that cell is 46. Okay, if the ploidy of the cell is said as n or haploid, there is only 23 chromosomes in that cell. Okay, then it implies only there is 23 chromosomes in that cell. That is what is meant by ploidy, or number of chromosomes in the cell, and that is of two types, diploid and haploid. That is, if it is 2n, we can say that it is diploid, that is 46 chromosomes are present in that cell. And if it is n, that is haploid, we must say that there is only 23 chromosomes in that cell. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes. So, okay, fine. So, let's move on with the ploidy of somatic cells. What is the ploidy of somatic cells? The normal somatic cell, I mean, normal body cells or somatic cells has a ploidy of 2n. 2n. So, guys, comment me right now. What do you mean by this 2n ploidy? That is how many chromosomes are present in the somatic cells. Do comment me. And these germ cells have a ploidy of n. Okay, germ cells have a ploidy of n, and you should say how many chromosomes are present in germ cells. Yes, everyone. Yes, correct. Bhumi, Abhijit. Once again, yes, Bhumi is correct. In case of somatic cells, we have 46 chromosomes. Okay, the diploid one is also correct. 46 in diploid, yes, and 23 in haploid. Yes, Abjit, if you have said about haploid or germ cells, it is correct. Okay, so yes, Suja, 46 in germ human somatic cells and 23 in germ cells. Yes. So that's all about the introduction of somatic cells and germ cells. So I hope it's clear. Somatic cells refers to the normal body cells. Body form it helps in body formation and the haploidy is 2. And germ cells are found in this reproductive organs. That is in lining the testes and the ovary. Helps in gamete production. Ploidy is N or 23. That is haploid. Yes. Yes, guys. Okay. So moving on with this. If you need, you may take a screenshot. If we need, you may take a screenshot because when we are converting this to the PDF, since we are using a separate pen for writing this, we cannot include this in the set of PDF. So if you need, you may take a screenshot and post it in the group so that I can import it to the PDF file. If you are just taking a screenshot and sending it to me or in the group, I can include it in the PDF. Yes, hope everyone has taken the screenshot. Somebody please post it in the group because it will be helpful for me to include in the PDF. Okay, anyway, I'm moving. Yes. So what about this? What I am going to say about this is what, as we have discussed, diploidy in case of germ cells. Okay. So what is we have to say? The normal germ cell has a, normal body cell has a ploidy of 46. Yes. Right. So when this germ cell divide to form this gamete, they will give 23 each. Right. So the ploidy of a gamete or the number of chromosomes present in a gamete or the number of chromosomes present in a sperm or the number of chromosomes present in an ovum is just 23. That is N, haploid. Yes. Haploid number of chromosomes. For example, if you are saying then how we get diploid chromosomal number if the gamete is of 23. We have the sperm count. The number of chromosomes in sperm as 23 and in ovum or egg as 23. Right? Both these fuse together to form the zygote. Right? That is 23 plus 23. That implies 46. That is the normal count of chromosomes in a body cell. Yes. So hope that's fine. So that is N haploid and N haploid fused together to form 2N diploid zygote. Yes, everyone. Is it clear till now? Do take the screenshot of this also. Do take the screenshot of this also. Fast. Yes. Hope you have done that. Moving on. So, what in case of somatic cells? What in case of somatic cells? In case of somatic cells, we have the normal 46 number of 46 number of chromosomes. After division, each cell gets 46 number of chromosomes. Each body cells after division gets what? 46 chromosomes. So this process in which the diploid cell divides to form diploid daughters. Okay, this is just an outline or this is just a brief introduction of the next lecture, the lecture number 2 of this chapter. Okay, so diploid cells divides to form diploid daughter cells, and this process known as mitosis. Mitosis. That is, the chromosomal number is remaining the same. Yes, there will be mentee at the end of this session. All of you stay calm. Okay, so chromosomal number remaining the same, and that is what is said as mitotic division. So 46 chromosome dividing to form 46 each or in each of the cells. So do take the screenshot of this. Do take the screenshot fast. Calvin, I have seen that you have posted two of the screenshots in our 2021 batch. Thanks for that. So do take this also and please post it. Yes, done. Okay, moving on with the next slide. That is division in case of germ cell. Yes, division in case of germ cell. This too, you have to take the screenshot. So I am moving bit fast. So in a germ cell, the division in germ cell to form gametes is known as meiosis. All this we will be learning in this chapter. Okay, this is the topic included in the lecture number 3, the third and the final lecture, meiosis. Okay, so the division in germ cell, that is a single cell 40 with number of 46 chromosomes divides to form 4 cells of 23 each chromosomes. Yes, 4 cells of chromosome with 23 each. Yes, everyone. So that is the 2n number is reduced to haploid, that is n. This process is what is known as meiosis. Meiosis. Meiotic division, that is diploid changes to haploid. Just understand by that this number of cells, daughter cells formed all just hear what I say, because in detail we will be doing in lecture 3 so that everything will be clear after we are moving on with these lectures. Yes, everyone. So do take the screenshot of this. Do take the screenshot. Come on. Yes. So hope you have done that without wasting much time. I'm moving on. Yes, thank you. Sheikh Sunali, if you have took the screenshot of the last two, that is the somatic cells and the germ cells, these two slides, please post it in the Telegram group. Okay, dear. So moving on with the chapter, cell cycle, the first topic of the day. Let's move on with the slides. That's all for my explanation. Yes, Abhijit, that's all for my explanation. So let's start today's session with the slides. What is this cell cycle means? So before moving on to that, we have to understand some more things as well. Okay, we have to understand some more things as well before moving on to that. Growth and reproduction are a reproduction of all organisms depend on the division and enlargement of cells. The mechanism of division and multiplication of cells together constitute cell reproduction. So what do you mean by cell reproduction? That is cell division or cell multiplication. All these together constitute what? Cell reproduction. So growth and reproduction in a cell implies the cell reproduction. Yes, everyone. So let's move on with the further slides. All these slides with typings will be provided you with the screenshot. I will be provided you along with what PDF, and The other one which I have written will not be included in this PDF. Okay, so please be aware of that. So, what is a cell cycle? Cell cycle refers to the cyclic life of a cell. Cyclic life of a cell is referred to as a cell cycle. That is including a rusting phase, a rusting stage, then a division phase, then again rusting stage, then division phase. This is how cell cycle continues. Yes, I hope it's 12 or 13 slides, only that much, but I have included some of the writings too, right? That's why it's getting a bit lag. Okay. So life period of a cell during which a cell synthesis DNA, that is for what? Well, say replication, grows and divides into two daughter cells. Synthesis DNA grows and divides into two daughter cells. This is what is meant as a cell cycle. So cells first grow in size, then it divides and then forms two daughter cells. This is what the process of cell cycle is. So cell growth is meant by, in a cell, what is growth? Cell growth is the cytoplasmic increase, and that is a continuous process. Cell growth is always continuous. Okay, cell growth is a continuous process, that is meant by cytoplasmic increase. Okay, so DNA synthesis only occurs at a specific stage in the cell cycle. At a specific stage in cell cycle, we can see the synthesis of this DNA. Yes, very important this slide. Duration of cell cycle varies in each organism and each cell type. In each organism and each cell, the duration of cell cycle varies. That is in case of a typical human cell or an eukaryotic cell. Example, a human cell, we have the number of, the count, the duration of the cell cycle is 24 hours. Whereas in case of yeast, the cell cycle lasts for 90 minutes. Yes, yes, everyone. Very important. That is in case of yeast and human cell, the duration of cell cycle. Yes, everyone. Yes, I can see your chats. Guys, if it's clear till now, give me hearts. Give me hearts on the screen so that we can move with the another important topic, that is phases of cell cycle. Yes, Bhumi. Yes, Suja. Come on, guys. Abhijit, Calvin, Sheikh Sonali. I haven't seen Binaya in today's session. Okay. So moving on with the phases of cell cycle. Yes, Abhijit. So the two basic phases of cell cycle is interphase and M phase. Interphase and M phase are the two basic phases of a cell cycle. Interphase is known as the rusting phase or the rusting stage. M phase, the full form of this M is mitotic phase. Okay, full form of this MS mitotic phase. So interphase and M phase are the two basic phases of a cell cycle. Yes, everyone. So moving in detail about interphase. So what is this interphase? It is the phase between two successive mitotic phases. That is, as we have discussed, when a mitotic phase ends, with the end of mitotic phase, a rusting phase is starting. After such a cell division, a continuous cell division, they should have rust, right? So they will be rusting at their phase, and after rusting phase, again what happens? This mitotic phase starts. So between two successive mitotic phases, the phase between it is known as interphase. Hope it's fine. So we have said this interphase as the resting phase, right? We have said this interface as the resting phase. So what is this resting? So then what occurs in this resting interface? In this interface, cell grows in size and synthesis of DNA occurs. So synthesis of DNA and cell growth occurs in case of this interface. Okay, so each cells grow, and this, before moving on to this interface, I forgot something to convey with you, that is the cell cycle. The cell cycle is first discovered by a scientist known as Howard and Pelk. Howard and Pelk. They first discovered the cell cycle. From where? They observed the cell cycle from the roots of Allium cepa. They first observed it from the roots of Allium cepa. If you need the spelling of Allium cepa, do check the chat box. Yes. So, allium cepa. What do you mean by this allium cepa? Allium cepa refers to the small onion. Okay. So, Howard and Felk first discovered the cell cycle from the roots of small onion. The scientific name is allium cepa. So, this interphase lasts more than 95% of the duration of the cell cycle. Okay, the rest 5% is the mitotic phase. Rest and the balance 95% is the interphase in a cell cycle. Okay, so we have said that we are going to this mitotic phase. All these are the phases of cell division. Okay, so interphase is known as the resting stage because no cell division occurs in interphase. It is known as resting phase because no cell division occurs. Okay, guys, only growth and synthesis of DNA, all these occurs. That is what we are going to learn in the upcoming slides. We can see that we will learn. Okay, that I will say. Yes, interphase has three further phases. That is a G1 phase or the gap 1 phase, S phase or the synthesis phase. Synthesis, okay. Synthesis phase and G2 or the gap 2 phase. So G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. These are the further three phases of interphase. So interphase is divided into three: G1 phase, G2 phase and S phase. Okay. The correct order is as written here: G1, S and G2. This is the order. If you see here, you can see G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, the mitotic phase. Then again moving on with G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, mitotic phase. In the same way, the cycle continues. Yes, everyone. If you look in this diagram, you can clearly see G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, mitotic phase. This is the order. The arrow inside denotes the order of this phases: G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. Yes. So what is this G1 phase? G1 phase refers to the first growth phase. First growth phase, that is, it's the interval between mitosis and DNA replication. You have seen the order as mitotic phase, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, and again mitotic phase. This is the order. So you can see the interval between mitotic phase, and here it's given DNA replication. So from that we can say that DNA replication occurs in this S phase. So this gap 1 phase or G1 phase or the first growth phase is the interval between mitotic phase and the phase of DNA replication, that is the S phase. Okay guys, so synthesis of DNA occurs in this S phase that we will learn in the next slide. So what are the events that are occurring in this G1 phase? We have learned that no cell division occurs in case of interphase. So what are the further events that are occurring in this G1 phase? Continuous growth of cell. Okay, cell becomes metabolically active, prepares machinery for DNA replication, synthesizes RNA and protein. Very important last point. Synthesis of RNA and protein at the first point, continuous growth of the cell. Okay, so prepares something or prepares material that are needed for the synthesis of DNA. Because in the second phase, that is the S phase, what is happening? DNA synthesis occurs. So for producing DNA, the materials that are required for DNA production is occurring or it's produced in this G1 phase. So continuous growth of cell prepares machinery for DNA replication and synthesis RNA and protein. This is what happening in this G1 phase. Is it clear? Is it clear? Everyone should answer. We should move a bit fast. We have one, two, three, four, five slides more. Come on. We should start it by 12. Yes, Bhumi. Calvin, have you left? Sheikh Sonali, Abhijit, Suja. Okay. Yes, dear. So, in this, DNA replication takes place. So, what is happening in this synthesis phase or S phase? Synthesis phase. That is the synthesis of DNA occurs. Amount of DNA per cell doubles in this S phase. That is, for example, if the content of chromosome, what is the content of chromosome? The content of chromosome is what? DNA. So chromosomal number is not increased. For example, if the number of chromosome is 46, it won't be increased to 47, or it won't be increased to the double of 46. It won't be like that. If the content of chromosome, that is DNA, if the C refers to content of DNA. If there are 8 content of chromosomes, that will get doubles to 16. For example, if there are 2 contented chromosomes, gets doubled to 4. C refers to content of chromosome. Okay, guys. So amount of DNA per cell doubles, but chromosomal number does not get increased. In animal cell, replication begins in the nucleus. Centrioles duplicate in the cytoplasm. Leave this point. We will do it in mitotic phase. Leave this right now. We will do it soon. Okay, guys. So hope the S phase is also clear. The number of amount of DNA is also clear for you. The second point, very much important. Yes, you can hope a question from this point in today's Menti quiz. Yes, sir. In any phase of phase, number of chromosome increase. Number of chromosomes won't increase. Number of chromosome reduces. It may get reduced in the meiotic division. That is what we have said in case of germ cells. Don't you remember, guys? In case of germ cells, because the 46 get reduced to 23. It gets reduced, but it won't get increased because the total chromosomal count of a cell is just 46. Yes, everyone? Next is the G2 phase. G2 phase, also known as second growth phase. What happens there? Synthesis, I mean, cell growth continues. Synthesis of DNA and protein continues. So, if a question is asked, in which phase of interphase, more RNA and proteins are synthesized? More RNA and proteins are synthesized in which phase of interphase? The answer is G2 phase. Yes, Anantu. Bhumi, it's okay. Yes, G2 phase. Okay, if simply synthesis of RNA and proteins is asked, the answer is G1 phase. More RNA and proteins, the answer is G2 phase. So, after this G2 phase, what happens? The cell is prepared to enter the mitotic phase. Cell is prepared to enter the mitotic phase. That's all about this interphase. And the longest phase among G1, S, and G2, the longest phase of the interphase is G1 phase. G1 phase is the longest phase of the interphase. Yes, everyone? And we have said that cell cycle is of two phases, interphase and mitotic phase. So the longer phase of the cell cycle is interphase. We have said 95% of the cell cycle is interphase. So the longer phase of the cell cycle is interphase, and the longest phase of the interphase is G1 phase. Yes, everyone? Is it fine? Hope it's clear. So we are moving on with the further slides. That is the mitotic phase. The interphase is over. Interphase is over. Next, we are moving on to the M phase. It represents the actual division, that is the mitosis. It represents the actual division. Yes, Abhijit, Sheikh Sanali, Anandu. Mitosis. That is in a human cell cycle. It lasts for about an hour. So the duration of mitotic phase is simply 1 hour. Yes, mitotic phase includes two further phases, that is karyokinesis and cytokinesis. What do you mean by this karyokinesis? Karyokinesis refers to the division of nucleus. Yes, if you look here, the single nucleus in this figure, you have a single nucleus, but when you look at the end, you can see the nucleus divides, right? Then cytokines is the division of cytoplasm. That is, you can see the rose colored or the pink colored what cytoplasm. A furrow is formed in between. That is, two furrows are formed here. That finally meets at the middle, dividing the cell into two. Yes, exactly. Will how many slides more, sir? Will there be mentee? Yes, sure, there will be mentee. I will contact the mentee. 100%. We have two more slides. Two more slides more. So we have said that mitotic phase, I mean cell division, mitotic cell division occurs in normal body cells. Some cells do not show division. That is heart cells. Cardiac cells do not undergo division. Yes, do you remember that? Cardiac cells do not undergo division. Then many other cells divide only occasionally to replace damaged or dead cells. They divide occasionally. That is in case of nails and all. They divide occasionally to replace these cells. All those are simple points. These all are less important. But the cells that do not show division, heart cells or cardiac cells, then nerve cells. Nerve cells do not undergo cell division. That is why when a person suffers from brain death or brain damage, he cannot recover from that. If the cells divide there, what happens? The cells can repair and forms new cells. That helps in the recovery of that person. But when a brain death occurs, nerve cells does not further divide. and that helps in the death of that person's brain. Yes, everyone. Next, we are moving on with the next topic, G0 phase. This is somewhat very important. Very important. That cell does not undergo division. All those we will learn in the very next lecture of mitosis due to the presence of specialized organelles or something like that. Just remember that and do ask me in the next lecture. Surely I will be saying. Yes. So hope it's clear like that. Hope it's clear till now so that I can move at G0 phase. Yes, everyone. So what to say in case of G0 phase is that we have said mitotic phase, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. This is the normal cycle, right? This is the normal cell cycle, right? In this process of mitosis, what happens? Further new cells are formed, right? Further daughter cells are formed, right? So we have to know that whether the cell is capable of undergoing division, whether the cell has the capacity to undergo cell division, because these cells, the new cells should undergo cell division only after it is passing through all these stages of interphase, then only it enters the mitotic phase, right? So we have to know whether these two cells are undergoing are capable of undergoing or have the capacity to undergo cell division. So if they are not having the capacity or to undergo cell division, it further moves on to a stage called G0 phase. G0 phase. That is, cells exit from the cycle of cell division. Cells exit from the cycle of cell division. Okay. That is, if the cell does not have the capacity to undergo cell division, it moves from the path, deviates from the paths and enters the G0 phase. That is, cells exit from the path of cell cycle and enters an inactive stage. Enters an inactive stage. Okay, so that's all for now. I'm moving on with the slides so that you will be able to understand from the slides. The cells that do not divide further exit G1 phase and enter an inactive stage called quiescent stage or G0 phase. Quiescent stage or G0 phase. That is, under this, after this mitosis, daughter cells are formed. We should know that whether these daughter cells are capable of undergoing division. So while passing on to this G1 phase, if it understands that the cell is not capable of undergoing cell division, it enters to a imaginary, I mean, enters to an inactive phase called G0 phase. And if later if later after some time, if the in the G0 phase the cells become active, if in the G0 phase the cells become active, it is brought back to the G1 phase. It is brought back to the G1 phase. Yes, everyone. Is it clear? Okay, such cells remain metabolically active but do not proliferate. Proliferate means the cell division. Proliferation of the cell, that is, a cell proliferates, cytoplasm proliferates to form the new cell. Clear? So that's all for today. Hope each and every point is clear. Yes, if you have any doubt, do ask me right now. That's all for interphase, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, mitotic phase, and G0 phase. In the next class, we will be coming live with mitotic phase. And now we have to move to the Menti quest. Yes, guys, 5 questions from these topics that we have learned today. Hope each and every point is clear. Yes. So I am moving on to the screen of Menti quest. Wait for the Menti code. Yes, guys. Yes. Go to www.menti.com and use the code 55. Oh my god, the screen just went off. Please wait. Please wait. Yes, go to www.menti.com and use the code 55912683. audible? Am I audible? Yes, so hope it's fine. Yes, 8 of you are waiting. Thanks for that. Mentee is yes. Yes, everyone go to www.menti.com and use the code 55912683. The codes are provided in the Telegram group. Yes, waiting for you guys. Please join right now. Come on.